What's going on, guys? This is me Ron and welcome to the new video tutorial. In this video tutorial I'm going to show you how to create a responsive user registration form in ASP.NET using Bootstrap and SQL Server database. Responsive means no matter in which device like tab, mobile or desktop you open this web page, it will automatically resize, which is great. You need to write a lot of CSS in order to make such, but Bootstrap help us in easy way. If you are new to Bootstrap, it is a JavaScript and CSS framework which help us to create a responsive website. Using its predefined classes, the only thing that we need to do is consume the classes defined by the Bootstrap. In order to save user enter value in some server or computer, we need to use a database. For that purpose, we use SQL Server database. We will use C# as a code behind or as a backend in this project, but you can use any language like VB.NET because ASP.NET is just a technology. You need to use a programming language to write logic. So let's do it. First of all, open up Visual Studio, go to File, click on New, and then click on Project. After that, select Visual C# and underneath of Visual C# select Web and select ASP.NET Web Application and give the project name. And then click OK. And from here select Empty and then click OK. It will take some time to create a project. Okay, our project is created. Now right click over that project, click on Add, and then click on Web Form because each web page in ASP.NET Web Application is called Web Form. So you can give the form name. Here I am going to use a sign up, or you can use registration and then click OK. Now here you can see here is the HTML page. You can use a design view also, or split view or source view. Or first of all, let's give a title of this page like user registration, REGISTRATION, user registration form. Save it. Now there are many ways to implement Bootstrap in ASP.NET. One is using a package manager. For that purpose, you need to right click over your project and then click on manage NuGet package. And from here you need to search for Bootstrap. There you go, Bootstrap, and here you will find the package. Not install, your browse, and you will see a Bootstrap, and you need to just install it. And another way to implement a Bootstrap in your ASP.NET web application is simply go to open up your browser first of all, and then go to getbootstrap.com, which is a Bootstrap official website, getbootstrap.com, and then click enter, and here you can see build fast responsive site with Bootstrap. Quickly design and customize responsive mobile first site with Bootstrap. This is the way you can use Bootstrap in order to make a responsive website. So click that get started, and you just need to copy this CSS if you are going to use only the CSS feature. But if you are going to use the JavaScript feature, you need to use the script tag also in your web application. Now we are going to use this CSS only feature, so we are going to copy this, and I think this is the easiest one. And after you copy and paste the CSS link in the head section of your web page in the Visual Studio, the Visual Studio IntelliSense will show you all the available classes that you can use. I will show you this later when we are doing this. So simply copy this, go back to Visual Studio, and simply close this, and under the title simply paste that link. Now we are going to create a user registration form. So go back to browser, and the only skill you need to create a user registration form using Bootstrap is simply searching, copying and pasting skill. That's all. So here you can see here are various feature so we are going to design a form. So expand that form section and click that layout section. Here you can find a variety of forms here, and scroll down, scroll down, scroll down. Here you can see email, password, address, address to city, choose state, zip code. I think this is the one that we are going to use because it contains all the things that we need. So simply copy that code. As I already told you, you just need a copy and pasting. Go back to Visual Studio, and inside that form, or let me see here, is there any form class? Yes, there is a form class. So you can also delete this form from here and then paste that copied code. And we need to add a form runit is equal to server. So simply add that equal to server, because ASP.NET is a server-side scripting language. So we need to add runit is equal to server. Simply save it and run it. Let's see what we get. There you go, this is our form, and when you see this in the tablet mode, this is going to be this one, and when you are going to see this on the mobile view, this is what you are going to see. But there is one problem: our form is extended from far left to far right, which is not look good. In order to make this form center, we need to use a Bootstrap class that is container. You can search here container. The container help us to center all the content of our page. So go back to Visual Studio and simply code that code, and here inside the body I'm going to write on div class, div class is equal to, as I already told you, when I write class is equal to, the IntelliSense will show all the Bootstrap classes. There you go. So here I am going to write container, and inside that container I am going to paste all the code, save it and execute it. Look at the differences. This is what we get while we are not using a div is equal to container class, and this is what we get after using div class. So let me resize it. This is what you are going to see in the mobile view, this is in the tablet view, and this is in the desktop view, which is great. It will automatically resize. This is the responsiveness of our web page. Now we are going to change all the field here and the label also. Here I am going to show you how to use a Gmail like form in the email and password section. So go back to Bootstrap here, and inside the form and scroll down and click that floating label. So floating labels mean when you click, the text inside that label go off or like this. I'm going to use this one. So simply copy this, go back to Visual Studio, stop your running project and scroll up, and here I'm going to change this one, this email section. So simply paste, and also password section also. So simply copy this and then go back and change this also. Simply paste that, save it. Now this is the address. We don't need the second address, so you can simply delete this div, and we are going to use the country, not city here, so you can use here country. So UNTR by country, and you can also change label for is equal to COUNTR by country, and you need to change the ID also here, COUNTR by country. And here I'm going to use input type. This one is going to use, we are going to use gender, GENDR, gender, and we are going to use ASP control here. I am going to tell you what are the controls in ASP.NET soon. And here I am going to use phone, and you can also change this phone. And we don't need this checkbox, so I can delete this. And we are going to use ASP control over here also, so simply delete that and save it. So let's talk about the control in ASP.NET. There are two types of server control in ASP.NET. One is the HTML server control and another is the web server control. Here you can see this is the plain HTML tag. Input type is equal to text and class is equal to, this is the CSS class, and that's all. To make this plain HTML tag to the HTML server control, you need to do two things. One is use the runit is equal to server, and another is give the ID. We already give ID here, so we need to do one thing, that is runit is equal to server. We need to add that one. And another type of control in ASP.NET is web server control. And keep in mind, if you use the HTML server control, you cannot create a clicking event of the button or any control. Using HTML server control means you can use a limited feature only. Here we are going to use a button, so go to view and then click that toolbox here and simply double click. You get a web server control here, and ID is equal to button, server is equal to this one, and text is equal to like sign up. And I'm going to use CSS class. CSS class is equal to btn dash primary. I'm going to use a primary button, and scroll up. We're going to add that run is equal to server in every control. So, or just you can use web server control here. So you scroll down and find the text box, double click that, ID is equal to text box 1. So run it is equal to server, and what you can do is CSS class is equal to form dash control. So let's check from all the way from top. Form control, this one, email. So convert this to run it is equal to server. We already give the ID here. And then the second one, password. Here run it is equal to server, and we are going to use web server control here, so I'm going to delete this. Simply add that text box, run is equal to server, and I'm going to use CSS class here. CSS class is equal to form dash control, and we can also change the id here, txt address add. We are going to use this id when you are going to write the logic, and scroll down here, country, and I'm also going to change this, so this one here goes txt ctr, and then I'm going to use class is equal to form dash control and gender. Here you go. Now in the gender we are going to use drop down here, drop down list, so there you go, drop down, and click that drop down and go to property of the drop down, and you will find the item somewhere, item property. If you cannot find, simply go to design and select that drop down icon and click that item, drop down controls, and simply find item property and click that, and here we are going to add a item. So here first item is I am going to write select gender, add, and another male, add, female, add, and others, add. Simply click OK, go back to source, there you go. Just save it and execute it. Oops, we did not get what we expected to get. There is some nightmares. So let's go back to Visual Studio, stop it, and let's check what happened here. Scroll up, and I am not getting floating label. That means here I am forgetting to mention the class. So go back to Chrome and get bootstrap.com and get started, and go to form and go to floating labels. In order to use the floating labels, we need to use this class, that is floating form floating class. So simply copy this class and go back and simply paste here, and again paste here, because we used two floating labels here. And let me see what you get. And address is fine, country is fine, and gender is nightmare. So go again here and go to layout, and here in order to get similar this, we need to use, I think, form dash select class. There you go, we need to use this class. Simply copy, go back and scroll down, and here css is equal to, simply paste that and scroll down. Now go back to browser and see, we get this huge sign up button, but we only need a small one. So go back, and here what we have done, I placed this button outside this div. So here I'm going to cut this one and place inside this div. Simply paste it. That's all. Now simply execute it again. There you go. We get a beautiful form here. Gender is male, female, others, phone number, and sign up bot. This one is too big, this one is medium, and this one is so small. Here what I'm going to do is I'm going to allocate equal sizes for all these button, and here in the top we are going to display the message. In order to display the message, what I am going to do is here go to components, and you will see this alert. Click that, and we are going to use this. So simply copy, go back, stuff it, scroll up, and here I'm going to use column MD. That's medium is I'm going to use 4, and this one also 4. Scroll up, and inside the container what I'm going to do is I'm going to paste that alert, and here what I'm going to write is please sign up here. And here what I'm going to write is please please enter your CURRECT correct INFORMATIN information, and simply delete that demo text from here that Bootstrap provide us. And I also don't need this horizontal line and this also, so simply delete that also. Save it and execute it. There you go. Please sign up here, email, password, and here you can see these all three are equal size, and sign up button is here. So let's resize it, and what we will see in the tab mode, I think this is the tab mode, and this is what we are going to see in the mobile view. So this is the mobile view. There you can see this is the responsive. Now I'm going to close all these tab, and here we forget to add the first name and last name, so I'm going to add that one. So go back to Visual Studio, simply stop it, and here what we are going to do is simply we need to copy this section, copy, and then paste. Simply below that paste it, and here what I'm going to do is I'm going to change this one label for txtf name, and here goes first name, and simply delete that address, and here id goes txtf name, and placeholder goes like Ron, and placeholder for last name goes BAHADUR, and id goes txtl name, and you also need to change the label for txtl name, and here goes last name, and input type is equal to text, and here input type is equal to text. Simply save it and execute it. There you go. Email, password, first name, last name, address, country, gender, phone, and sign up. That's all. Go back, stuff it, and we add runit is equal to server, pretty good. Now we are going to create a database. So open up SQL Server database. I am using Microsoft SQL Server Management Studio 2018. Right click over database, click on new database, and here user REG. I am using their database name user REG. Expand that database, and you will see our recently created database. Right click over table, click on new, and then there you go, table, and here goes email, brchr password, brchr fname, brchr, or in the name there is only character, so lname chr, and then attdress varchar brchr, and then country 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 brchr, and then gender gender also character also chr, and then phone, let's see what are the available. I'm going to use varchar. Let's cross check it. Email, password, first name, last name, address, country, gender, phone. Now simply press Ctrl+S from your keyboard and keep the table name user reg. Simply click OK. Now go back to Visual Studio, click on view, and then click that server explorer, and right click over data connection, click on add connection, and then you can also change the data source. We are going to use Microsoft SQL Server, that's why click OK, and you can also click that drop down icon, or you can just type your server name. My server name is this one, or the server name is simply your PC name, and select your database user register, click OK, and simply copy that connection string. We need this, and we will paste it somewhere else, and go to design, and we are going to create the listening event of this button. Keep in mind, you cannot create the listening event of the button if you are using the HTML server control, but here we use the web server control, so double click that, scroll upward, and we need to use some library here, or namespace using system.data.sql client, using system.data, and inside that button, first of all we need to save the user enter value. When the user enter the value in these 4 text box, we need to save those value. So string email is equal to what are the ID of that email, floating input, floating password. Here goes floating floating input dot value. There is no text property in the HTML server control. String password is equal to floating password dot value. We need to use value property. String fname is equal to txt fname dot value. String lname is equal to txt lname dot value. Now we need to use one class SQL connection. Con is equal to new SQL connection, and here goes the previously copied connection string. Simply paste that, and we need a SQL command class in order to write our SQL command and execute that. Cmd is equal to new SQL command, and here goes insert. It's better to write the standard SQL command in a capital letter, so insert, insert into the table name, that is user register, insert into user register, and then values values, and here goes our values. I am going to place here at the signs so that I can write in multiple lines. I'm going to do this, and value goes here. First of all, two single quotes, inside two single quotes, two double quotes, two plus sign, and here goes email. And similar process, here goes password. Similar process, here goes app name. Two single quotes, two double quotes, two plus sign, here goes L name. And now we are going to access the web server control, so comma, two single quotes, two double quotes, two plus sign, and go back and check our address. The ID is txt ctry, and this one, and we need to change the txt phone. Save that, go back, and here goes txt add.text. You can use the text property if you are using the web server control. Two single quotes, inside two single quotes, two double quotes, two plus sign, here goes txt ctry country.text, and comma, two single quotes, two double quotes, two plus txt country. What comes after the country? After the country, I think gender. So here drop down list one, drop drop down list one dot text, comma, two single quotes, two double quotes, two plus sign, and then txt phone dot text. That's all. And then we need to pass the connection string here, so connection, and we need to open the connection dot open, and then we need to execute this, so cmd dot execute non-query, and then we need to close the connection, so connection dot close, close. And after executing this query, we need to display message to the user. So what I'm going to do is a response, response dot write. Here I'm going to say REGISTR successfully. You can also use the alert box here, but I'm using this simple one. Save it and run it. Before running it, I think I have done some mistake here. Did I close this? I think I forget to close the open parenthesis of this value. Open, and that is close, and then this one seems okay. Now execute it. Now email, I'm going to use admin@gmail.com, password admin, first name Ron, BASADUR, address US, country US, gender male, phone 0123456789. I am using all these information. These are not true. These are only for demo purpose, and click that sign up, register successfully. There you go. Now let's check whether our value is inserted in our database or not. So expand that table, right click over table, click on edit top 200 rows. There you go, our information is inserted in our database. So that's all in this video tutorial, guys. If you like this video, share this video with your friends so that they can know about these amazing tutorials, and give thumbs up, which really motivates us to create such programming video. And stay connected with this channel. In order to stay connected with this channel, you need to subscribe this channel, so subscribe this channel also. And thank you once again for watching this video. Have a good day.